Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a United States federal holiday marking the birthday of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It is observed on the third Monday of January each year, which is around the time of King's birthday, January the 15th. The floating holiday is similar to holidays set under the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. Through the act predated the establishment of Martin Luther King Jr. Day by 15 years. King was a chief spokesman of nonviolent activism in the civil rights movement, which successfully protested racial discrimination in federal and state law. The campaign for a federal holiday in King's honor began soon after his assassination in 1968. Ronald Reagan signed the holiday into law in 1983, and it was first observed on January the 20th, 1986. At first, some states resisted observing the holiday as such, giving it alternative names or combining it with other holidays. It was officially observed in all 50 states for the first time in 2000. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Welcome back to the Paul White Show. This is our Martin Luther King Observance Show, and we're going to try to inform you of the activities that are going on in the city of Wichita to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. And my in-studio guest is
Dr. Akiki Daisy Kabagarama.
Okay, welcome to the Paul White Show.
Thank you.
The event that's sponsored by your organization, who is sponsoring the one that you are putting on?
St. Mark United Methodist Church, a non-profit organization called Compassionate Hope Outreach, and we're working together with the NAACP Youth Council.
Okay, and your event is going to be held what day?
Saturday, January the 14th, 6 to 8 p.m. at St. Mark United Methodist Church.
Okay, and I understand, visiting with you a little bit before the show, that the youth are in, this is a youth type event.
Yes, but we'll have all generations.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
Yes, but the youth will play a major role.
Okay, the
yes.
youth's going to play a major role. That's excellent.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Okay, what can we kind of expect? Can you give us a little preview of what's going on? The choirs and
you are in for a treat.
Okay.
The title of the event is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a man of great heritage and vision. The emphasis is recognizing and celebrating doctors' work globally. That's one. Dr. King worked for the whole world.
Right, absolutely.
Second, to celebrate his African roots. In fact, this program is part of a whole series called Journey Across the Ocean.
Okay.
And third, to get all the generations together to celebrate the life and work of this great person.
Okay, inclusiveness.
Oh, yes.
Yes, for
yes.
Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, it's, even though it's been a while since the events and everything took place with Dr. King, I mean, it's still celebrated every year, and it seemed to renew a right spirit, if I might call it that, in African-American people when that celebration does come. But, I mean, his accomplishments should be celebrated all year long, not just on a day that's set aside for him.
That's right. And in fact, that's one of the questions that the youth ask. How come we don't deal with Black history, celebrate the leaders all year round?
Right.
So that's a central question. And then at the end, as you said, this takes us to a time of hope, a time of rejuvenation, and this will be reflected in all the activities that we have. We'll have a special tribute also from Africa. We'll have a fashion show, a children's dance, and a story combined with music. And we'll also have some poetry For example, I have a song that I will share
okay.
called my song of joy and sorrow. Again, showing the long journey of the African people. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure that sounds like it's going to be a wonderful time at St. Mark. Now, St. Mark is located, I just happen to know that address. That's the place I frequent.
Yes.
1525 North Lorraine.
Yes, please.
Right here in the city, and your event is taking place Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Yes, please.
Okay, and the whole community, in fact, the whole city of Wichita is invited to come. Now, I think your date is probably one of the earliest of all the events that are going on that weekend to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yes, and Mayor Carl Brewer and Vice Mayor Williams will be there, and they will speak.
Oh, okay.
You know, recently they visited Ghana.
Right.
And so this will tie in all that and show how all this is connected to the development of Kansas and Wichita and the United States. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is very exciting.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Once again, that's an invitation for the community to come out.
And before I leave, I brought my drum with me because the drum is very central.
Right.
And so the drum calls the people together. And look at the future and build it together.
Right.
And so the drum beat calling you and me to dance to the rhythm of life. To the tune of love. So you have a taste of it.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Okay. All right, then we're going to take another short commercial break and we'll be right back. You're watching The Paul White Show. Welcome back to the Paul White Show, a celebration for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We are trying to, if you just joined us, get some of the events that are happening in the city of Wichita to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. And I do have another in-studio guest, and my guest is?
Priska Barnes, Executive Director of the Kansas African American Museum.
Okay, so this is the celebration annually that is put on, sponsored by the Kansas African American Museum.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we got going on this year?
Well, this is our annual, this is a Wichita tradition. It's been going on for over 30 years in Wichita. We celebrate Dr. King through music and through awards and presentations. And this year the theme is Dear Dr. King, Freedom Is. In 1963, Dr. King gave his iconic I Have a Dream speech from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, and that was during the March on Washington, March for Jobs and Freedom. And we have an exhibit that was coming into our city. It will be on display during the month of January, and that notion of freedom and that the words, those powerful words that Dr. King spoke, we wanted to speak back to King in a way. So that's the theme, Dear Dr. King. So the community is writing letters to Dr. King. You'll see those letters at the celebration all over the walls. And, and we want to know what freedom means to you. Dr. King has powerful quotes. We've found tons of quotes that because he believed in freedom for all. And so we found those quotes, but we want to know how his words inspire us today and what freedom really means to us today. And so this celebration will be to encourage the community to unity, to encourage the community to continue the love and all of the inspirational things that King shared with us in the past.
Right. So this display is coming to the Kansas African American Museum, and
they're putting it up right now. It's going up, and it will be on display through the month of January. The end date, I can't think of it at the moment, but the exhibit will be on display through the month of January. So we encourage people to come and to visit. And not only do we have our King celebration on Sunday, we have on that Saturday, morning, we will march. So you can come and you can see the exhibit that morning, and it will be free to the community to come to the museum and see the exhibit. But we encourage you to join us as we march from the museum to Chester I. Lewis Reflection Square. And we're going to kind of get that spirit going that was in 1963. And then on Monday, on King Day, we don't want people to just use that as a day to just rest. We want them to, after we we're going to go to the Ministerial League's event and celebrate and celebrate the Lord and honor King. But then we ask people to come and join us in a service project where we will create a freedom quilt. This freedom quilt will travel throughout the community, sharing hope for the homeless. But we ask you to also bring a blanket with you to donate, and it will be donated to shelters, over 25 shelters in the Wichita community. So we're going to give hope, warmth, and love and freedom to the homeless this year as our service project.
Okay, so your event starts on Saturday?
We have Saturday is the march.
Okay.
And the Freedom March.
And that's, let's see, Saturday, what
10
day
a.m.
would that be?
That's the 14th.
14th. Okay,
Yes.
Saturday the 14th at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
at the museum.
Start at the museum.
Okay.
And then on Sunday at 7 p.m. at the Orpheum.
Okay, at the Orpheum Theater downtown. Okay.
Yes, is our annual King celebration. And then on Monday at 4 p.m. is our service project.
Okay, and that's the 16th.
Yes.
Monday at 4 p.m.
Yes. So
Now,
we'll be busy.
Right. Yeah, you'll be busy. That's a full weekend of celebration.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's a full weekend of celebration, and that's good. And that is good. I know that every year too you have a button project.
Yes.
To support.
Yes.
And are you? When are the buttons going on sale?
Buttons will be on sale this week, and you
Okay.
can come get them at the museum.
Okay.
And we'll have more information about this. You can call the museum at 262-7651 for more information, and we'll be happy to get you a button.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people collect
Yeah,
those
they
buttons.
love their collector's items.
Yeah, right,
They're souvenirs. So yeah, we want people to get those buttons. Yes.
Do you know anything about the buttons as far as the art on the buttons this year?
We have we have an artist, and that's one of the special surprises for the event.
Okay.
But we have an artist who creates the paintings with words. So he's used the word freedom and created Dr. King's face.
Oh, okay.
So the button says freedom all over it.
Right,
So you'll be free.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I'm interested to see that one.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I've never seen one like that of him that's created with the words, you know, in his face and stuff. Okay, well, that'll be good. Okay, well, good to have you here today, and I hope my viewing audience have got those dates down, and hopefully we'll get them on the screen so they can see them for the Kansas African American Museum Martin Luther King celebrations that's going on King Weekend. All right, thanks for being with us. We're going to take another short commercial break, and we'll be right back. You're watching The Paul White Show. Welcome back to The Paul White Show. We hope that you caught the other parts of the show. We've had 3 guests on today, and now my 3rd guest is here. It's Pastor Herman Hicks with the Greater Pentecostal Church. And this celebration that you are responsible for, so to speak, is the one that the Ministerial League have every year?
Yes, Greater Wichita Ministerial League, and I'm the president of the Greater Wichita Ministerial League.
Okay, good to have you here today.
Thank you.
Now, tell me a little bit about your celebration.
The celebration will take place on January the 16th, on Martin Luther King birthday, and it will be held at the Wichita State University Metroplex. And it will be will start at 12 noon. It will be a great celebration that is done by the Greater Wichita Ministerial League. In fact, I think it has been done just a number of years. I'm not exactly sure the number of years that we've done it, but for quite a number of years it has been really the largest gathering of people in the city of Wichita for a Martin Luther King celebration on Martin Luther King birthday.
Yeah, I look forward to going to that one every year myself, right
Yeah.
at 12 noon. And like you said, it's been going on for a lot of years.
Yes.
I know I can't recall the number on it either, but it has been a vital part of the celebration for Dr. King every year here in Wichita.
Absolutely.
Okay, this year, every year they seem to bring in a guest, and they just seem to get better and better. You have a guest speaker this year, I'm sure.
Yes, we have the senior pastor of Evangelistic Community Church in Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Bishop Jack Vaughn.
Okay.
We're looking forward to having Bishop Vaughn. He's a was recently made a bishop in the Church of God in Christ, in fact. And we're looking forward to him. He's a dynamic speaker. I guarantee you, everyone who comes and hear him at the program will enjoy him. He is a dynamic preacher who will bring a dynamic feel to this celebration.
Now, you guys picked a theme this year?
Well, we're using the theme Renewing Our Mutual Promise, which is the theme
okay.
for the national Martin Luther King
celebration.
Day. Yes,
okay.
renewing our mutual promises. And it goes back to celebrating and renewing those promises that were made, that we made to ourselves and we made to our communities. And we're encouraging everyone to take the opportunity to renew our mutual responsibility that we have to not only our community, but that we have to ourselves and to those who are around us and our families.
Well, that's good. That's an excellent theme. I didn't know what the national theme was this year, but that is an excellent theme. Some of us seem to get complacent and get away from what Dr. King actually stood for, what he fought for, and what he accomplished, and we just kind of dropped the ball, you know.
Absolutely.
That's just like we was when I was visiting with my other guests on keeping it going a year long, and not just remembering what he did and trying to iterate on it at the time that it happened, that we celebrate.
Yes.
You know, that's something that you have to continually work on all year long. So.
And I think that's what this program will do. And not only that, but this program is also designed, as we call it, it is a celebration. It is a, we make I'm messing that up, but we do say that this is a celebration. It is a gospel service. So we're coming in to have a church.
Right.
And we're going to come in and we're going to have our choirs. We will have both children choirs as well as adult choirs who will be on the program. And we're going to not only celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King, but we also celebrate the one who made Dr. Martin Luther King.
Right, absolutely.
We also will celebrate the one who, if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be where we are today. So this gives us a great opportunity to come together. And what I like about it is not a denomination.
Right.
It is a group of pastors, just as the Greater Wichita Ministerial League is. The Greater Wichita Ministerial League is made up of pastors from around this community. We have Baptists, we have Methodists, we have Catholic, we have Kojic, we have Pentecostal, we have non-denomination. And we all are coming together. In fact, you will see on our program, there will be Catholics on the program, Methodists on the program, Baptists, those from all different denominations. And we set everything aside. We set our denominations aside and we come together to celebrate Dr. King and to celebrate our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Right. So that should be a glorious time in the
Absolutely.
Lord on that day at 12 noon.
Yes.
Okay, is there anything else we need to know about it that you can think of?
We also will be giving away 3 awards. We started in the last couple of years of giving out awards, and this year will be no exception. We will be giving out 3 awards this year. One will be a community service award that we will be giving to 2 individuals.
Okay.
I don't want to give those names out. If they join us for our service, you will see who will receive those community service awards. But I will tell you, one is a local pastor, and one is an individual who works with Mayor Levanta Williams.
Oh, okay.
And the other one, other awards we will be giving out is we will give out a longevity award. And that is to one of the pastors or ministers who belongs to the Greater Wichita Ministerial League who has been with the league the longest. This individual has been there the longest. And second, the 4th award that we will be giving out is our Leadership Award, the Martin Luther King Jr. Greater Wichita Ministerial League Leadership Award. And this is going to be given out to one of our leaders of the Greater Wichita Ministerial League.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, that's real good. Yep. An award. Yep. That'll work.
And we also will have, we have already confirmation that the mayor will be there. He will be speaking. We have several city council members who will be there. And Congressman Mike Pompeo will also be here joining us. And many of our state officials will be there to join us.
Okay, so your celebration is Monday, the 16th, 12 noon, at Wichita State University Metroplex.
Absolutely.
That's located at Oliver and 29th Street.
1515 East 29th Street North.
Okay.
That is correct.
In the city. All right, well, thank you for being with us today and shedding some lights on your celebration. That's 3 celebrations that's going on, so everybody ought to be encompassed to go to some of them.
That's right.
If you can't make all of them, you know, because it looked like it's going to be a high, glorious time celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday this year in Wichita.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you for being here, Pastor Hicks. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to come by. The National Martin Luther King Day of Service was started by former Pennsylvania U.S. Senator Harris Woolford and Atlanta's Congressman John Lewis, who co-authored the King Holiday and Service Act. The federal legislation challenged Americans to transform the King Holiday into a day of citizen action volunteer service in honor of Dr. King. The federal legislation was signed into law by President Bill Clinton on August 23, 1994. Since 1996, the annual Greater Philadelphia King Day of Service has been the largest event in the nation honoring Dr. King. Several other universities and organizations around the U.S., such as Arizona State University, Greater D.C., CARES, and City Year, participate in the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. Volunteers across the country donate their time to make a difference on this day.